Arsenal, stand up. Arsenal. What in the is going on with Arsenal right now? What in the world is going on with Arsenal? I have no idea. Because what we are looking at, every single person expected Arsenal to rock up to Molineux and mollywop Wolverhampton. Everybody expected it. Every single person and their mama expected that Arsenal will rock up to the Molineux Stadium and mollywop Arsenal. And it started like that. That's the crazy thing about it. Because in the first half, it was all Arsenal. It was all Arsenal. 5th minute, boom, Bukayo Saka has scored from and assisted by Declan Rice. And okay, the game has started. Arsenal are absolutely going to mollywop these people, and they are going to go without any bruises or any dirt on their jersey. But then you saw Angel Gomez, who was so good. I love to see Angel Gomez back in the Premier League. You saw him get an injury, which, my brother, I hope you get well soon, and make sure you get well soon before you get back in there. And then you bring on Tolu Orokodare. And as you bring Tolu Orokodare, things start changing. Now you have a target man up front to disturb Gabriel. You understand? You have a target man up front to disturb Gabriel, and things start changing. And oh my God, wouldn't it be funny if Arsenal actually dropped points against Wolves? Because every single person were crying and telling me, oh, Man United dropped points against Wolves. I was like, have they actually played Wolves under this new manager? Because they are very difficult to beat. And if there's one thing that they know how to do most right now, is actually get a draw. And then the second half came, and all of a sudden you think, nah, Arsenal got this in a bag, because Hinkapie goes on and scores, assisted by Gabriel. And Arsenal have basically won this situation, because this will give them 7 points ahead of Manchester City. And Manchester City faces Newcastle next. And Arsenal are done. They have a firm grip on the Premier League title right now. But right after I was speaking about that, 4 minutes later, Hugo Bueno comes in and gives Wolves 1 goal. And I'm like, oh, this is going to get exciting, because one thing is for dang sure, Arsenal lately have been giving up goals. Arsenal, the best defense in the world, has been giving up goals. Hugo Bueno, boom, you get 1-0. And the situation is that Wolves have really gotten back into this game. Mane playing on that left-hand side is awake. Tolu Orokodare is winning his dues. And then you get to see the guy on the right-hand side, I've forgotten his name or who he is. He is absolutely playing football too. And what is Arsenal going? What are they doing? You start seeing panic from Mikel Arteta, taking on Noni Madueke, bringing on the Berechiezi, taking on Victor Gyökeres, bringing on Gabriel Jesus, because all he wants to do in this situation is not lose this game. And yes, usually he would bring in defenders, but he already had a lot of defenders in this game. What are you telling me? He already had a lot of defenders. We're looking at Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Hinkapie. This is literally 4 centre-backs. Sorry, you put 4 centre-backs against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Don't tell me anything. When Ruben Amorim played 3 centre-backs, every single person were crying wolf. Arsenal, the literal leader of the Premier League, played 4 centre-backs today, including Declan Rice, Zubimendi, and Bukayo Saka in the midfield. Let me tell you something, don't run away, because my God, Arsenal have begun to bottle it. They are beginning to bottle it. This is a collapse of the biggest, of the highest situation. If Arsenal drop the league after going the entire way as the leaders of the Premier League, if they lose this trophy, oh, they will not hear the last of it. Oh my God, they will not hear the last of it, because after all these substitutions, they bring on Rodrigo Gomez. And this is, of course, from the manager of Wolverhampton. And you see the situation start changing. Wolves are getting more of the ball. Arsenal are sitting deep. Arsenal are going back into a low block. Arsenal are not having the relief that they get when Gyökeres is bombing forward and getting the flanks going with the ball. You start seeing situations that you shouldn't be seeing. You start seeing Leandro Trossard coming in for the likes of Bukayo Saka. And Bukayo Saka now is injured. He's now injured. Oh, what in the world is going on here? And then they bring on Tom Edo for Bellegarde I think that's the name of the right-hand guy. They bring on Tom Edozie. This is his debut. This is the first time he is playing for Wolverhampton Wanderers, if I'm not mistaken. They bring on man. And then Lisandro Trossard gets an injury. This is somebody that just came on for Bukayo Saka. Not 20 minutes ago. He gets off. And they bring on Ricardo Calafiori to shore up the defense. And you start seeing free kicks that are being taken longer to play. You start seeing Arsenal doing the dark arts of football. You start seeing the wiggle. Them playing as if they're ready to end this game and go home with 3 points. But no, Wolverhampton plays a long ball. This was a ball that was very easy for David Raya to come and just grasp it and have no problem. But of course, there was a mixture. There is a mistake happening in the defense, and there is truly nervousness running through the veins of these Arsenal players right now. There is a nervousness that is truly a shocking thing to see. Gabriel Magalhaes goes to knock the ball while David Raya is going to grab the ball. And the funny thing about that situation is that nobody clears the ball perfectly. It drops to Edozie. And the moment Edozie, he smacks the ball so hard that Ricardo Calafiori could do his best to get the goal line clearance. But it was not possible because the ball went into the back of the net. 2-2. Arsenal are sharing a point against Wolverhampton Wanderers. You understand me? Against Wolverhampton Wanderers. This is crazy. I need us to understand this. Arsenal, if you do not win this league this year, it's going to be very difficult to see another league title. It's going to be very difficult to see a title this given to you, because at this point, Man City are not playing well. They are not playing as consistent as we see. Liverpool definitely are absolutely playing under the way they are playing. Man United are nowhere to be found in terms of the standards that they set to themselves 13 years ago. Chelsea are very inconsistent and run so badly under their new managers or their new owners that they are nowhere to be found. But I can assure you for sure, if you guys do not win it this year, there is going to be problem. You might be going 40 years before you even see this opportunity. And one thing is for sure, the discussion about Mikel Arteta has to be had. If you do not win it this year, the discussion about Mikel Arteta has to be had. And now let's look at the table, because let's be frank with ourselves. Now, are still at top of the table with 58 points. You understand? 58 points, a goal difference of plus 32. You get me? They have 3 losses this year with 7 draws and 17 wins. But guess what? They have played 27 games, while the other team at the bottom, the other team that is following them, the other team that is in competition with Arsenal, Manchester City, are on 53 points, have played 26 games, have 16 wins, 5 draws, 5 losses. Now let me tell you something. 53, that is 5 points. They have 5 points difference to Arsenal. That is a healthy lead. But one thing is for sure, if Manchester City defeat Newcastle, which they are going to be playing against Newcastle, if I'm not mistaken, on Saturday, they are going to be playing Newcastle. If they defeat Newcastle, let's count it down. 54, 55, 56, 57, 58. It will be a 2 points difference. Are you guys understanding what I'm saying? It will be a 2-point difference between Arsenal and Manchester City. And the funny part about this situation is they play next. What they play next? Because after Manchester City faces Newcastle, right? They are going to be facing Leeds United. And guess what? Guess who? Arsenal. They are going to be facing Tottenham Hotspur with new manager Hugo Tidor. Hugo Tidor, I believe is his name. The new manager bounced. Tottenham Hotspur being their rivals, not wanting them to win the league. Tottenham Hotspur understanding that this is the only way that they can stop Arsenal from winning the league. If they take all 3 points against Arsenal and Manchester City win against Newcastle, we will have a new front runner for the Premier League title. And I'm saying this not because I'm excited because I want Arsenal to win it, but I am also excited because the story about bottling the league after being 80% of the way the top of the league having opportunities to go 9 points ahead of Manchester City and bottling it against Manchester United, having the opportunity to go 7 points and bottling it against Wolves. We will talk about this as the biggest collapse that we have seen in a long time. Arsenal, I know you guys haven't done it, but my God, why do you look like somebody that is going to prom for the first time with the finest girl in the high school? You are shit in the bed. You are absolutely playing with your food. I know for a fact that Tottenham Hotspur are not going to allow you to win them without a fight. They are not going to allow you to do that. And so, my God, on Sunday, it is going to be the biggest game for Arsenal. Tottenham versus Arsenal. It is going to be the biggest game. And guess what? You are going to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, not even the Emirates. This is going to be difficult for Arsenal because what you see in this situation right now, the statistics of who is going to win this game, you're looking at Tottenham Hotspur having 90% of an opportunity to win this game and Arsenal with only 6%. That is mind-blowing. For the league leaders, that is mind-blowing. Arsenal are bottling this as we speak. Arsenal are dropping points as we speak. Arsenal are going through what I feel is cold feet. It's like she is waiting for you at the altar. And all of a sudden, you do not know how to put on your suit. All of a sudden, you do not know how to put on your shoes. All of a sudden, you don't have the right address to the church for your wedding. What are you doing, for crying out loud? What are you doing? Let's start talking about the players from start to finish because for crying out loud, Arsenal players, I don't understand. Victor Gyökeres looked pedestrian today. Bukayo Saka was the only person in my mind that was threatening. And my God, have we found something else and something special in Bukayo Saka in that number 10 role? We just might be seeing his evolution. Madueke on that right-hand side. Martinelli on the left-hand side, meh. The midfield, really good. Zubimendi and Declan Rice absolutely tried their best to control everything. I think the best part of Arsenal right now is the midfield. And of course, Saliba, meh. He really didn't do much. He really did not control the game the way Gabriel Magalhaes would usually control the game or the way the partnership works. Timber and Hincapié absolutely did their best. Arsenal. What in the world is going on? Do you need me to give you? Is this the trophy you want? Because at least you have the sign there, like someone holding a trophy. I don't understand what is going on. You guys better lock in. You better lock in because what we are looking at right now is that in the last 5 games that Arsenal have played, in the last 5 games, you won against Chelsea, you won against Sunderland, you drew against Brentford, you won against Wigan, and now you drew against Spurs. In the last ones, what are you talking about? The next games you're going to be having is Tottenham Hotspur, Chelsea, Brighton Hove Albion, Everton, and Bournemouth. These are very difficult 5 games. Tottenham Hotspur are definitely going to have the new manager bounce, and that's coming this weekend. So they are not going to allow you to play. Bear in mind, Tottenham Hotspur have not played anybody in 2 weeks. So they have been preparing for that game. So absolutely it's going to be a very difficult game, especially because Wednesday, you played today. And you're going to play against Tottenham Hotspur on Sunday, who has had 2 weeks of rest, 2 weeks of preparation. Then you face Chelsea at home. Nice, you're facing Chelsea at the Emirates. Hopefully you can do it again and defeat Chelsea. But then you go to Brighton Hove Albion, a team that has absolutely been looking for a way to get back into the flying form that they started this season with. And then you go to Everton, where you're going to get David Moyes at his peak, sitting back and literally frustrating the life out of you. And then, of course, Bournemouth, that are going to be more dangerous now that they don't have Anton Semenyo to do the most work. To be frank with you, I can see a loss at Tottenham Hotspur. I maybe see a win at Chelsea because you have Chelsea's number this season. I can see a draw at Brighton Hove Albion. I can see a draw at Everton. I can see a draw at Bournemouth. So you're telling me in the next 5 games, the maximum points are going to be very little for you guys. This season just got wide open. The Premier League just got wide open. The Premier League is literally on its feet right now because we are going to get, hopefully, one of the best Premier League title races that we have seen in a very long time. Let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments. Arsenal have begun to bottle the league. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.